want to tell you a joke. I don't want to tell you anything at all. But you know the problem with me? I never could keep my big mouth shut.
Not very inviting. Hello?
Leave me alone. I already told you a joke.
Looks like they really want me to go in. It's an ad for Nepenthe. It reads, "Quaff, oh quaff, this fine Nepenthe. Win a bottle today at the shooting gallery." It says not all attractions are suitable to all ages. Visitors are encouraged to exercise judgment. Pretty vague as warnings go. Not very. Wait!
Goodbye, my love.
She's gone.
Not gone, Querent. Nearly dead. Again and again she comes to this well, to weep and leap at the sound of the shriek. Which of you will save the other?
There's something moving down there, and a hint of golden light. It's a coin-operated fortune teller called Murmur the Magnificent. I need to put in a quarter.
Listen, the thing you have to understand is, this is all your fault. You miss all the obvious signs. You let everything slip through your fingers. And you're no good at fixing things. That's why she's dead. That's why you're here. Right? Anyway, I'll call again later. But if you need help, and you will need help, please hang up and press 0 to dial your operator.
Wait! He sounded just like me. It's a payphone. It's venting steam. It's just waiting for something. I need to put something on it first. A huge furnace with 83 painted on it.
That is my name, 83.
What are you?
I am the fire that burns the impure.
What's that anvil for?
Like the bear that licks its cub into shape with a tongue of fire, I forge from ore upon the anvil whatever thing I wish.
Can you make something for me?
I can make anything. Bring me a work order and lay your metal upon the anvil.
There was a golden-haired woman who threw herself down a well.
The bellows gasped on the day she was made.
But who was she?
A flawed thing that fire could not save.
Goodbye.
You have said so before.
What the? Ah! That's it! That shadow! That's what's making that sound. That's what's killing her. I have to destroy it. It's a spinning rocket ride. Only not spinning, or rocketing, and you can't ride it. It's not operating. What an idiot grin. What an idiot. It's chewing on a piece of metal? Please don't! There's something moving down there. I already have her picture in my mind. 4, 3, 1. It's been torn off after the first 3 digits. 4. It's her.
Welcome to the mysteries of the deep. Home of the luminous stream maid, the vitriolic sea star, and the oleaginous black swan.
Looks like it's electrified. Non-stop show, huh? No wait. Tell that to whoever put this gate up. False advertising. It's a long way down, but I could give it a shot. What happened? I've got plenty. Strangeland. A bit on the nose. Strange.
Not this again. Here's one for you. Man sitting in his doctor's office. Doc says, and now here's the good news. Man says, Doc, you didn't even tell me the bad news. Doc says, not this again.
I knew you'd call. See, this isn't our first ride on the merry-go-round. And even though I can't hear you, I'll always know what you need. You need her. What's killing her? Can you stop it? Can you even face it?
I need to deposit a coin first.
Please hang up. Deposit 20.
It's chewing on a piece of metal? Talk about the dog that bit you. I've got plenty.
Crow's flying along. Sees a crab eating some lady. Crow squawks, "What are you doing? She's not even dead yet." Crab scuttles off. Next day, Crow's flying along, sees the crab's at it again. "I thought I told you to scram," he says. Crab says, "Take another look." Crow looks at the lady and just says, "Carry on." Get it?
Looks like they...
Step right up, step right up! Win yourself a bottle of Nepenthe, the brew that puts a bullet in all your bad thoughts.
There's no latch, and the edges are too tight for me to pull it off with just my fingers. I imagine I need to use the gun.
10 hits gets you 1 hit, and 1 hit's all it takes to bring blessed sleep. So close. Try again,
Guess I need to shoot the heads when they light up. It's some kind of shoot at the loudspeaker said I could win a bottle of I guess it has something to do. I think there's some kind of circuitry behind this plate. The edges are too tight for me to pull. I guess some attractions are always out of reach.
Who's there? Did you scare off those nice doves? Come closer. Let me hear you.
A large crow.
Raven. Sticks and stones will make me groan, but words will never move me.
A raven. A raven. It's an empty bird bath.
It had water once, but the deeper he drinks, the dimmer grows the mind of many a man.
An empty bird bath. He's just writing down whatever the raven says.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Seizures.
I can't use this as a work order. I can't. His eyes, they're gone.
But my ears are just fine, stranger.
Who are you?
I'm afraid I don't rightly know. I'm just an old fool who can hardly remember what he's read, much less who he is. I do recall a book that said, "Each is his own judge." That might just have to do.
Can't you just tell me who you are?
Seldom do those who are silent make mistakes, so I think I'd best hold my tongue.
Can you at least tell me your name?
Well, I remember the name Fimble Famby, but whether it's mine or yours, or both of ours, I can't quite say.
What are you writing?
The same things I've written 1,000 times before. After all, an act can lose meaning if you do it often enough.
Where are we?
I wish I could tell you. The man who stands at a strange threshold should be cautious before he crosses it. I read that once, I think.
There was a golden-haired woman who threw herself down a well.
No sickness is worse to one who is wise than to lack the longed-for love.
But who was she?
Who are we to rob each other of our forgetfulness? After all, it's written somewhere that the learned man whose lore is deep is seldom happy at heart.
Did you mention doves?
Yes, I feed them as they flutter by. I find it soothes my mind. Are they here?
Sure they're here.
Ah, then let me find a crust of bread.
A scrap of meat.
I'd rather think of it as bread for the doves.
Can you write me a work order?
No, I only write what I've written before. The words stuck in my mind, and the lost words the raven finds.
Can you tell me anything about Murmur the Magnificent?
Wise and weighty be the word of his mouth, and his head was too good to bury, whatever that means. I'd say I can't make heads or tails of it, but then I'm not much one for puns.
What happened to your eyes?
I fed them to a raven. He said it would bring me wisdom.
Did it work? Are you wiser?
Oh, yes, indeed. I learned that to be blind is better than to burn on a pyre, and that it is easier to be rid of your eyes than the vision that offended you.
Why's that bird bath empty?
Once it was filled with fresh well water, as cool and clear as a sound mind, but doves and ravens would much rather bathe in dust. Maybe they can't abide their reflections either.
I keep hearing a terrible shriek. What is it?
The dark thing.
What is the dark thing?
A shadow locked away up there, festering. Some boils are better left unlanced.
How can I reach the dark thing?
A word leads to a word. A deed to a deed. For silver he speaks, is wisdom worth gold. I read that once, or maybe I wrote it. I suppose it doesn't much matter, one way or the other.
Goodbye.
Joy to him who has understood, delight to those who have listened.
Kisses.
It seems to be ignoring me. I don't think it'll ever stop being hungry. It's not operation. A scrap of metal chewed into a dull spike. Forging the metal is 8-3's job, not mine. Forging the What can you tell me about the dark thing?
It should have been burnt away, but the fire did no more than shrink it for a time.
I really need you to make me something.
You can bring me an order, or you can burn.
Goodbye.
You have...
Whoever built this place certainly doesn't trust me to find my own way. I'll need to find where they start. Some kind of track. I don't think it'll ever stop being hungry. I don't need the target practice. I don't need the target. Forging. I don't need the target practice. I don't need the... Not worth the... Stop! Pretty long way down.
Hey, that's an old Raven trick. Trying to float her body up to where you can get it, huh? Won't work. Believe me, I've tried it. There's no water down there. Just roots and darkness. All right, I'll talk.
Hello? Where are we?
Baked in a pie, I guess.
Do you just sit there, watching every time that woman kills herself?
Aw, don't get so bent out of shape. That little slip and fall didn't do her any harm.
So, who or what are you?
I just am. Because I think.
Really? What are you?
A raven, lunatic.
But she killed herself.
Don't take it so literally, boss. Believe me, if she were dead, I'd be eating her eyes. As you might have noticed, death is different here. Puts a poor raven out of work, I'll tell you that.
Are you sure you're not a crow?
Look, I may be unkind, but I'm not murderous. And I croak rather than caw. Plus, I fly in a pair, not in a flock. Raven. Definitely raven.
What can you tell me about the dark thing?
I'm a raven, not a rat. Go ask somebody else.
What did you mean? Death is different here.
It means I'll not carry in comfort down there, feast on thee.
Goodbye. A raven, I guess. It seems... Let me line this shot up.
My claws!
Did you say claws?
My wing.
Huh? Wing?
My beak.
Beak?
This could be useful.
My wing.
Huh? Wing?
It's illegible.
G is the cruelest letter for a blind man to write.
Easter. My claws!
Did you say claws?
Anniversary.
The hole's just big enough to reach through. Got it. Sure is heavier than it looked. It's a good 30 feet out of reach. I'll need to get into the tent first. It's an eye in something horrible.
Step right up! Step right up!
To make fitting claws will take more than that mere pin. Now, step away. Behold the beak, fit for one who would carve and cut.
Dead rat's not its thing. I can still feel its teeth.
Kid's staring at heaven when suddenly there's this stabbing pain in his eye. Can't stop himself from crying. And everywhere he looks, everything's ugly, dirty, dark. Kid runs to the doctor and the doc checks him out. Doc says, "Well, Kai, problem is you've got a little shard in there." Kai looks at him and says, "But Doc, you've got a whole mirror in yours."
Hello?
Leave me alone.
It was stuffed with quarters?
Please!
Now you're wondering, am I losing my mind? No, you're finding it. You've hidden a hard grain of truth beneath smooth layers of lies. A masquerade of metaphors. Here's a metaphor for you. Your mind is a matryoshka. It's just you, and you, and you, and you, and you. And we're here to open you up.
I am Murmur the Magnificent, great giver of counsel. What was, what is, and what will be are all mine to draw from the deck of your life. For what you've paid, we may speak of cards, and hear what suits the fates. What would you know?
My past.
I will tell you the figures. You will tell me the cards. And they will show us their truth. Let us begin. I see you, Querent. What card do you make of the man you were?
The Hanged Man.
Ever wanting wisdom, never knowing where to find it, stuck in time as a sacrifice to himself. A fitting choice. And what is the card for where he was?
The Star.
Where the world meets the water, and the maiden spills inspiration. Or, if reversed, sickness. A sound selection. And tell me, what card will we lay for her?
The Priestess.
She stands for a mystery, then. A life becalmed, and the need to look within. And so we have your cards. The Hanged Man, the Star, the Priestess. What shall we make of them? A man who stands blithe and blind upon the very cusp of change, failing to heed a woman's flesh and blood, while making an idol of her. That, Querent, is what was.
Idle offer.
I am Murmur the Magnificent, great giver of counsel. What would you know?
My present.
We will now speak of cards again. Once more, I see you, Querent. What card shall stand for the man before me?
The Hermit.
Holding a lamp to see and a staff to walk, but looking only inward, seeking only himself. The card suits you, but which best befits this place?
Wheel of Fortune.
Eternally turning, inescapable, ever-changing, Tarot, Torah, Otar, Rota, the wheel. It will do for this strange land. Now, what will you pick for the old scribe you so lately stood beside?
The Magician.
The one that follows the fool, shadowed by the infinite. His hidden bidding is to wield your own wisdom. You would do well to heed the lesson. The Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, the Magician. What do these cards show? A man who outwits himself, lost in liminal space. That infinitesimal between whence and whither. His well of wisdom has run dry. A worm gnaws at the roots of his confidence, and thought and memory blind his mind's eye. That, Querent, is what is.
Wince and wither. Nah, I smell a rat.
I am Murmur the Magnificent, great giver of counsel. What would you know?
My future.
We will now speak of cards again. For the final time, Querent, it is you that I see. What card will serve for the you who is to come?
The Fool.
The excuse. An empty-headed vagabond wandering among wonders. The card suits you. Which one suits that ride, that Valkyrie, which promises to bear you up to where the great battle awaits?
Judgment.
The winged one, sounding the trump of doom, and hailing the dead to come hither. It will do. There is but one more now. The dark thing that lurks above. What is its card?
It's death.
Yes, but not the death you seek. The death of will. The death of movement. And yet, perhaps, a new beginning. So then, what have we? The Fool. Judgment. Death. You will call for 3, 110, 1. 3. And from among the dead, you will be taken to be born and reborn, to rise, to fall, and rise again, until you find your way. That, Querent, is what will be.
Call! Call!
Did you say call?
No, he said it. Call 4, 3, something, something, something.
Why did you say wince and wither?
Isn't that what the head said? 'Cause we ravens know all about the moment between wince and wither. Long, short, it all comes down to the same thing. When living becomes dying. And we get ready to dip our beaks.
Did you say something about an idle offer?
No, that animatronic card sharp did. Or did he say idle afar? The trouble with prophecies is the words have always got a double meaning.
Goodbye.
I doubt you'll ever get good enough to win that shooting game. You'll need to find a way to change its settings and cheat.
The edges are too tight for me. There's some kind of... Let's see if this can slide under the edge. There we go. Guess I've changed some settings. Huh.
Stop me if you've heard this one. Man drags himself into his shrink's office. Says, "Doc, I got this bad feeling. My wife thinks all I do is dwell on the bad stuff and complain." Shrink says to herself, "Why'd I ever go and marry my patient?"
Let me get a... Guess I've changed... Guess I've changed...
Please help!
No need to fuss with it anymore. No need to fuss. It's empty now. He said the ravens prefer the dust.
Peonies.
I don't need the target I have nothing to say. Never met a dog that would take its medicine straight. What's it going to forget? Being gutted, stuffed with quarters, then cut open again for pocket change?
I will deface no coinage for you, stranger.
It's not a wishing well. Never. I already have her. This reminds me of something Murmur said. This reminds me. Looks like it's a... A rat skin is...
Call! Call!
That dog's hunger is all in its head. That's how things are here. Reality is what you make of it. If you want to deal with the beast, food alone won't do it.
Call!
So, I mean, for the doves. A knockout marinade. His eyes looked happy. Some carny left himself a to-do list taped to the wall in here. Too many winners. Turn up the skull speed. Shut down MOTD. Starfish keeps spitting acid on guests. Find something for Ozzy to chew on. Too many Beware of dog. Thanks, guys.
Hey, stranger!
Shh! We're supposed to be men.
Valkyrie. It must be the name of the ride, but I don't see any cars. Who are you?
Well, we're sure not Valkyries. Don't let that sign confuse you.
And we're not fates, neither, just 'cause there's 3 of us.
That's more Murmur's thing.
We're not weird sisters, even if we are strange. After all, you're a stranger still.
Okay, you've said who you're not, but who are you?
Just think of us as fragments.
Figments!
Pigments.
Ugh.
What? We're here to add color, aren't we?
Do you have names?
The Three Musketeers!
Ugh.
Look, I'm sure you mean well, but everybody knows not to give their name to a stranger.
What's with the masks?
Everyone wears them.
You've got one too.
What?
We all have a role to play.
And in this story, there's only room for one woman.
That's why we've gotta be guys.
What's under the mask?
Nothing.
Legends say it's death to gaze upon a masker, unmasked.
But I bet you don't pay attention to foolish gossip like that.
Yeah, there's nothing to fear under here. Get it?
Ugh.
What do you mean I'm wearing a mask?
Oh, come on, stranger. You don't really think you escaped from some sanitarium sporting a retro straitjacket and movie star stubble?
We all dress our best to fit what we think the world wants.
And in a strange land, it suits a man to be estranged.
Do you know anything about the dark thing?
I'm scared of the dark.
While I wait for the dusk.
You'll find out soon enough.
Can I look under your mask?
Can't say we didn't warn him.
Nothing. Absolute nothing.
So, some lady goes to see the doctor. Says, Doc, I feel like there's a monster that's eating me alive. Doc says, come on, lady, it's all in your head.